This is going to be a crazy week. Stability just woke up and decided to throw another contender into the ring. By now, it's no secret that they're back. But how good is SD 3.5, and can it finally do what it stubbornly refused to do in the medium model? First, you need to download the models to get up and running. I feel that you will have most of them if you're already running Flux. I'll be using the SD 3.5 FP8 model because of my 8 gigs of RAM. If you've got something better, then try out either the FP16 version or the Turbo version. Copy links in the description below and paste it in whichever browser you use. As for the FP16 and Turbo, you need to first register your email in order to get access to the download files. There's a faster way to get the download, and that is by downloading the model from Civet AI. After that, click on the download button and save them in your models checkpoint folder. Like I said, I'm only going to be using the FP8 model. The next models you need to download are the Clip G, Clip L, and the T5 models. That's only if you do not have them. I'll use the ones I already have, especially the T5 FP8 version. The only one I don't have is the Clip G model. For each one of these 3 models, click on download and save them in the models clip folder. Once that's done, download the workflow. I've linked the workflow in the description. Drag it into Comfy and you're basically done. This is going to be a 100% low VRAM video. Everything in this video was done with a 8GB graphics card. I mean, this card is so old it doesn't have ray tracing. The first thing you notice is how similar this is to Flux. I mean the workflow, not the generations. I've made a couple of modifications by adding the 4-set clip device node, the model sampling SD3 node, and the VAE decode tiled node. The first thing I notice is that you get 3 different text encoder configurations: single, dual, and triple loader. I added 2 more: the dual GGUF clip loader and the triple GGUF clip loader. I'll first try it as is and see what we get. After that, I'll run through the rest of the clip loaders. I'll also make some tweaks to reduce the load on your GPU and check if we can make it faster without losing a lot of detail. Loading the model for the first time takes forever. Let's try the laying down prompt to see if they at least fixed that part. A top-down view of a woman lying on her back in a field of soft green grass, gazing up at the sky. She is wearing a light summery dress, and her arms rest naturally by her sides. The sun bathes the scene in a warm, golden light, creating gentle shadows around her. The grass beneath her is slightly uneven, adding texture to the image, and the clouds above are just visible in the background. The mood is peaceful and calm, with a sense of serenity as she relaxes in nature, and the result after testing with both the triple and double clip loader. Triple clip loader is better, but what I want to do is to lower the load, so let me try the next prompt with all of the configurations and see what we get. I'll also use the VAE I downloaded from the SD 3.5 Hugging Face repository, a hyper-realistic scene of a humanoid robot, battered and rusting, walking through a fog-filled steampunk alley at twilight. The robot is bent and sluggish, its mechanical parts exposed and deteriorating, while next to it, a young girl holds its oversized metallic hand, offering a stark contrast of innocence to the machine's decrepit state. The alley is littered with old gears and pipes, with steam hissing from vents along the walls. The street lamps flicker with a weak, amber light, casting long shadows. Capture this with a low-angle shot, emphasizing the towering robot and the warmth between the girl and the machine. The camera's ISO is set high to capture the low light, creating a gritty, textured atmosphere. You'll notice that I treated the prompt as if I was prompting for Flux. Here's the problem. The Clip G is over a gig, and thus slows the whole image generation, which got me thinking, do I really need it? According to my understanding, the T5 describes the main subject, concept, or topic of the image, the Clip G for the secondary stuff like background and surroundings, while Clip L is for stylistic choices like resolution, lighting, and so on. I could be wrong, but doesn't T5 and Clip G do the same thing? You could even say that Clip L uses the old SD 1.5 general simpler prompt template that we all know, and that Clip G is a big improvement over Clip L, as it has almost 700 million parameters. T5 is a large language model capable of much more sophisticated prompt understanding, which, at the end of the day, equates to a very descriptive prompt. So my question is, which of the text clip combinations are going to give me better results and which is faster? The first image is from the triple clip loader. This took the longest to generate an image. Then the dual clip loader. This took less time to generate the same image, but with a bit of degradation. Next is the quantized loaders. The triple clip quantized loader actually surprised me. It took less time than the previous two, but strangely with better results. And the dual clip quantized loader was both the fastest and lightest. But again, like the dual loader was a bit bad. Let me change configuration to the triple clip loader node and the force set clip device node. I want to see if I can generate the same image with a lower resolution. Let's say 768 by 768. That was faster but lost a lot of clarity, so nope. I'll leave 768 for width on portrait images and as height on cinematic views. Stability says that the base model images should be 1 megapixels at a multiple of 64. For example, cinematic aspect ratio, you'll get best results at 1280 by 768 or 1024 by 768. Reverse that for portrait, and you'll be within the size limitations of SD 3.5. Let's check out some stylization and prompt adherence. The prompt for the image you see is anime girl with a sword in a ukiyo woodblock style. She stands on a cliff overlooking a vast ocean under a golden sunset, her kimono flowing in the wind. The scene is painted with intricate patterns and stylized waves in the traditional Japanese Edo period art style. The sword glimmers with ornate engravings, while her expression is calm and determined. The colors should be soft, with pastel blues, greens, and muted reds, emulating the classic woodblock print aesthetic. The composition features bold outlines, flat perspectives, and meticulous attention to detail in her robes and the natural surroundings. It does seem to follow it to some extent. What about something more realistic, like a stunning close-up studio portrait of a dark-skinned Asian girl with deep brown eyes and natural textured hair, styled in soft waves? She is looking directly into the camera with a calm yet confident expression. The lighting is soft and diffused, highlighting the smooth texture of her skin while casting gentle shadows around her cheekbones for depth. Her background is a clean, seamless light gray, allowing full focus on her face. Shot with a 50mm lens at f2.0 for a slight background blur, emphasizing her eyes and facial features. The overall mood is elegant and poised, with natural color tones enhancing her warm skin and expressive gaze. This took longer than I hoped it would. Again, this is just the base models. Fine-tunes are going to be insane as soon as the community starts cooking. There's already a 8-step model and a LoRa available on Civit AI. So what do I think about this model again? It's a base model, and I think it's going to get better. Human anatomy is still a bit horrible sometimes, but I am starting to think that it's the way I prompt. I need to do more research on prompting for SD 3.5. For now, I'll stay with Flux. There's, however, 2 redeeming factors, and it's the art styles and negative prompts. Links to the workflows and models are down below in the description. Like and subscribe for more goodies, and be on the lookout for a complete, deep overview of SD 3.5.